Hey everyone, thank you for being here today. We are so excited to guide you through this challenge. Now, who here knows what a heart wall is? I'm Gabriele Schlumberger, Healing Touch Certified Practitioner, Schmico Method Practitioner and Instructor, Heart Wall and Life Coach, Massage Therapist, and Natural Health Consultant.
And I'm Sarah Charbonneau. I'm also a Healing Touch Certified Practitioner, nurse, life coach, Heartwall coach, and Schmico Method Practitioner and Instructor. And Gabby and I both have had our own health struggles and our own, experiences with all of these topics. And then combined, we have over 35 years of experience in energy work. And we've really kind of just gained an extensive knowledge in different aspects. So like trauma, what happened in 2020, and heart walls, and so much more. And then what's even more exciting is that we've completed a whole entire year of just intensive training on heart walls. And we're really excited to share what we've learned and how we've shaped it into something unique and accessible for you. So, who's ready to get started? And we're going to go and just begin with the basics and start with what's a heart wall anyway, right? You hear the concept, but you might have an idea, but it might just kind of sound like, okay, well, I don't know really what that is. And so a heart wall is an energetic barrier around the heart, and it's made up of trapped emotions, of past traumas, of unprocessed experiences. And it's not a literal like wall that you can knock on, right? That's surrounding me, for example, right now, but it can feel very real energetically speaking. And it could be dense, it could be heavy, it could be spiky, it could feel slippery, or even impenetrable. And the heart is your center for love, for intuition, for that vulnerability and connection. And when your heart has a wall up, you will still function just fine, but you won't feel fully. Energetic messages like love or anger or even joy may not reach you or land the way they are intended to. And this can really lead to miscommunication among, many things really, right? Essentially, you're sending love to someone and the message is sent out, but it gets changed and altered because of the heart wall. And then it's therefore received differently by the person. And the message becomes, warped, it becomes skewed. So instead of, it being unconditional love that they receive, it might arrive as conditional love, for example. And so, as you can see, heart walls really can create an emotional numbness, that isolation, and really that barrier to giving and receiving love, even if you really do deeply desire that connection.
Yeah, and Dr. Bradley Nelson coined the term heart wall in his emotion code work, and you might have heard of him before. But he describes a heart wall as a collection of trapped emotional energies layered around the heart. Releasing these blocks often leads to amazing changes like emotional healing, physical relief, and the ability to form deeper connections, just to name the broad umbrella terminology. And I want to share a story about a client, and I call her Anna. So, for years, Anna had been searching for healing, and she had tried everything: therapy, meditation, supplements, journaling, breathwork, working with a naturopath. And she kept hoping that the next thing would finally bring relief. And then I met her. But every time she felt the same, stuck, emotionally numb, disconnected from herself, like something inside her was holding her back from truly healing. And when she came to me, she said, and I never forget that. I feel like I'm doing all the right things, but it's like nothing can reach me. I'm blocked from my own heart. And she was right. During our first session, we discovered that she has built what we call a heart wall, layers of trapped emotions her body had created to protect her during some really painful moments she had in her life. And at that time, that wall kept her safe. But years later, it was keeping everything out: love, joy, connection, and even healing. So we began the gentle work of releasing the heart wall, really emotion by emotion, and something remarkable happened. And it took about, and I remember right, 3 sessions till we really broke through this heart wall. And and she really felt it, when layer by layer got removed and the heart wall start to break down. And she mentioned things like that she could finally breathe more deeply, or um, she started crying, but not from pain, but from relief. And she also said, for the first time in years, I can feel myself again. And that's when the real healing began. Her anxiety softened, her sleep improved, old memories lost their emotional charge, and she started laughing again, what she didn't do for many years. And also, she mentioned that she hadn't uh, been feeling free in such a long time. And the most beautiful moment came weeks later when she said, all those years I thought I was broken because nothing worked. But I wasn't broken. I was just walled off. And now my heart is finally open to healing. And this is why removing the heart wall is so powerful. Because once the heart is free, everything else can finally reach you. Love, joy, and the healing that had been waiting for you all along. So pretty cool, right? So in short, a heart wall is both a metaphor and a real energetic phenomenon. It forms from unprocessed pain layered over time, keeping the heart from full expanding and radiating its natural frequency of love.
Now let's actually do an exercise together because, as you just heard the story, and that's from a true, like real client story, the heart wall can have a very large impact on our lives. And we, for the next few days, want to give you tools on hands where you can start to soften the wall and start kind of connecting with that heart again. And on the last day, maybe even have a heart wall fall. And so this is an exercise that you can incorporate in your daily routine to enhance awareness, for your heart's feelings. And we'll put the steps into the description below the video, into the recording that you'll see. And we call this exercise a heart awareness scan. And let's just go ahead and do it together. So if you can, just find a quiet space and sit down comfortably. Just arrive in your body, become aware of your seat, on a chair, on the floor, on the bed, wherever you are. Put your feet on the ground and then imagine yourself just rooting down into the earth, really grounding yourself. Visualize those roots really going down and anchoring you. And then place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. And take 5 slow, deep breaths. And imagine that when you're taking those breaths, that you're not breathing in through your nose or mouth, but that you're breathing with your heart, essentially. You're doing your normal breathing, but with every breath, you're breathing into your heart space. And then when you've done that, just ask yourself, what does my heart feel like today? How's that chest area feeling? Is it open? Is it guarded? Is it heavy? Does it feel numb? What might my heart be protecting me from? And there's really no right or wrong. There's just feelings, maybe words or thoughts that pop into my mind, into your mind. You're even, feel welcome to write those down, journal about your sensations or any words or images that arise without judgment. Just write them down. You can either write them down now or wait until you come back. Take another deep breath and return your awareness to the here and now. Wiggle your seat in your chair. Open your eyes. And if you can, take a sip of water and then take the time to just, notice without judgment, journal without judgment. And something that you can really do is to continue journaling. Even if you run out of thoughts, you could just write down the same thing over and over again until more information begins to flow. It can just sometimes take a little bit to reach deeper into ourselves. Okay? All right, so today you learned the very basics of a heart wall and what it is. And then tomorrow we'll dive into why the walls form and how they start as protection but can become a hindrance over time. So we'll see you there.